Welcome to Board Game Animal. My name is Justin, and as you know, we are massive Rainer Knizia fans here. And I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the latest crowdfunding that came through from 25th Century Games. We know it's still relatively recently that 25th Century reprinted Ra, Rainer Knizia's legendary auction game, in just an absolutely incredible, impeccable production. I don't even have the Pharaoh edition, which comes with even more upgraded components, and yet I still feel like this thing is a deluxeified game. Ra is one of my very top favorite board games of all time, and this is easily, without a doubt, a definitive version of the game. And aside from Botswana, the rest of the games that came in this crowdfunding set are all Ra related in one way or another. And I want to give some pretty quick thoughts on all of them. Ra Traders is an unusual thing, being an expansion to an already pretty perfect game over a quarter of a century after the original game came out. It's adding one new tile and scoring mechanism to the mix that, to put simply, provides boons and points to other players when you draft it, as long as they've already collected at least one of these tiles themselves. This one is something that will definitely take a lot more time to really develop my thoughts on it. So far, initial impressions, I think it's an interesting addition to Ra, which felt like it didn't need anything added to it. It wasn't in desperate need for any more depth, but the fact that this expansion does add just a little bit more flavor and a tad more interaction does make it interesting. I want to keep trying it at more player counts to really feel it out and see how it pops. But so far, I think it does add a little something to the play without detracting anything away from the masterpiece of Ra itself. So far, I'm going to come down on this at a 7.5, and that's kind of an expansion rating. Because for me, I rank them higher based on the necessity or how much it adds to the experience. Here, it's good, so I give it a solid 7.5. Ra and right is pretty self-explanatory. It's a verb and right, and in this case, a flip and right. It feels pretty standard when it comes to verb and rights in how the layout of your stuff is filled in. There's some cascading effects, the tense decisions over which areas to pursue, all with some Ra-like scoring. It's a nice design and unique enough to differentiate it from Ra as a very nice experience with pretty minimal components. I'd give it a solid 7. I think it's very welcome in this line, nice to have as part of the Ra family. Not my favorite verb and right ever, but I think it's a really good time nonetheless. Ratzia is fascinating to me because basically it's just 95% Ra, just with a different theme and all cards instead of the components you're familiar with. This is strange because it feels like I'm reviewing Ra, sort of. So here's the thing. The theme is super fun, and the form factor is great, and technically easier to pull out and play than Ra. Both of these may make it the preferred way to play a phenomenal game with non-gamer folks who may just find the iconography or look of the original Ra intimidating. If you don't feel like that will apply to you and the folks you play games with, then Ratzia may not be necessary if you own Ra. Because here we go, let's talk about this. If Ra didn't exist and we're scoring Ratzia in a vacuum, it's a 10 out of 10. It is just phenomenal because the mechanisms of Knizia's Ra are astounding. But since Ra does exist, and it often is my preferred way to play, I don't think I can score them equally. I'll have to come down on Ratzia at a 9, which I still think is really fair, because they are technically different in gameplay and definitely really different in presentation. Either way though, the form factor definitely delivers a different experience. The theme is whimsical and fun, with rats getting away with sketchy crimes. It's technically different from Ra, so something for completionists, and it's great if you've been intimidated by Ra and want something ever so slightly more approachable. So if any of those apply to you, then I think Ratzia is definitely one to pick up. It's funny to me because Botswana, the only non-Ra game here, is the standout. This won't be a surprise to many of folks who've already played it. Since it's been around for a while under different names, it is just for me the cleanest, purest commodity speculation, stock manipulation-ish game out there in this size package. Signature Knizia turn simplicity. Play a card, take an animal, that's it. But with tons of tactics and thinkiness and trying to manipulate the market and read the room. It's slick, quick, highly replayable, and just a really ingenious design. And kind of per usual at this point, 25th Century comes in and just delivers a fantastic production on an already perfect design. It is really a knockout with Weberson Santiago's artwork. This is just now a perfect little package. I gave it a 9.5. And all things considered, if you already love Botswana, this is a version you're going to want to have, and if you've never had the opportunity to play it, definitely pick up this newly widely available version. It's just incredible. If you have any questions, or if you've played some of these and have comments, please leave them down below. I'd love to chat with you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and don't forget to play board games like an animal, like wild safari animals in Botswana, or rats that are breaking the law. You know, it's interesting. When I first saw Ron Wright, I thought it was going to be a re-implementation of Ra the Dice game. But man, would that be cool too, to have it in the same line as this incredible Ian O'Toole artwork and this family of Ra games?
Are you never satisfied?
Actually, I would like it too, if I'm being totally honest.
Oh, you want it too?
Oh, you'll listen to the frog, but not to me.
Your wish is my command.
Wait, what? How did you get